Alright, so here is a non-rap related broadcast. Pretty much I haven't got a whole lot of hearing back from anybody about any of the ones that I've put out so far. The concept and point in case is that I'm not really a rapper, right? I do ghostwriting. I've been doing lyrics since I was young. My main thing is as a mechanical guru, right? Like I engineer engines, power plants, patterns. I started off when I was young doing stuff trying to get into college as DARPA projects. Didn't get a whole lot of response on that. Some early success publishing stuff to a British website, the Steam Car Club of Great Britain has a steam bike pattern that I engineered using an old Hotsy triplex pump. It's a 3-cylinder single-acting pump. You put a different cam pattern in that's basically a steel shaft with globes cut onto it and drilled with holes timed at the right number of degrees in it, just like a globe valve or a ball valve in an airline would be. But instead of the regular portion being fitted into a plastic spacer or shim, they use a little bit of Babbitt and molybdenum graphite to create the shims. It's real simple, serviceable, low restriction to the rotational force on it, very precise valve timing, overhead cam like most modern cars. I got a turbine pattern that I've been trying to get some people to prototype for me. If you needed lyrics or patterns, I don't keep them digitally. I've had a lot of people try and hack my system, so when I draft things, I actually sit down with a slide rule, a compass, and a scale and go through with a graphing ruler and draw them out. Seen quite a few of my different patterns out there published actually on YouTube, where people have been building some of them, probably from my batch of gear that got a quote-unquote abandoned in California after a particular incident where I ended up losing most everything except my briefcase full of lyrics and diaries, big fat trench coat that I usually carry around. Anyway, if you happen to like any of the patterns that you've built that either had my name or FireDropTechnologies put on them as a trade logo, and you wanted more of them, rather than contacting your local pirate store, you could get a hold of me. I tend to put those out there. Throttle flame gulpers, some of the hot air expansion engines, what they call Stirling cycle engines that have an incorporated throttle, etc., etc. Anyway, enough on that. Gives you the basic idea. As you can tell from my raps, and don't know if I'd claim political consciousness, but definitely advocate of action. Got about 9 years as a militiaman for Jefferson State Militia or Colorado Militia, the same military oath as any soldier takes. But for the state constitution, they don't call us up like a backup to the backup of the National Guard, but I do take the oath fairly seriously. Probably gather from my lyrics that I've studied a bunch of different faiths, also my comments. So I consider myself Christian in that I try, somewhat unsuccessfully, to practice the teachings of Christ, but I look at it from a standpoint far different from most of the church. Don't hold with their hierarchy and such, mostly on account of the way that they've edited out so many of the scriptures that I was raised on. Pretty much just in response to give you a little bit of further insight. Big ups and thanks to my autistic brother Raymond, who lets me use his computer and his camera and so on and so forth on a daily basis. Just kicking it here at our local auto shop for a lack of somewhere better. It's raining cats and dogs outside right now, so it's a good moment in between watching my stupid animes for like the 5th or 6th time over and kicking free flows at you guys, which apparently only 1 or 2 chicks seem to think are worth mentioning. I don't know. Yeah. Over and out. Signing off, eh?